Some motorhomers enjoy just going on holiday without any planning, finding campsites as they go along, especially in Europe. That's not me. I love the actual planning part of it. I want to plan everything right down to the last detail. I don't want to miss anything. And if you're like me, this video is for you. Welcome to Go With Good Stuff. My name's Chris.
And I'm Rachel.
This is Sprocket.
And this is Tassie. Come and join us on our adventures.
But don't forget to like
and subscribe
and hit the notification bell. Welcome to this unboxing of a TomTom sat-nav that is suitable for a motorhome. Now, I chose this after doing some research and looking at reviews, and particularly it was recommended by, I think, Urban Motorhomer, Roman Radfords, and possibly Wandering Berg too. But none of those actually talked about the software. I like planning my trips actually on my laptop, and there's various bits of software out there that will do that. But at the moment, the one that's the winner for me is the TomTom. And as my Garmin sat-nav has given up the ghost, that's what I have been using it, and then that was brilliant until it started messing me around, and it started to switch itself off just at crucial moments in your journey when you needed to make a decision. Garmin used to have software that I think was called Garmin Basecamp, but that doesn't seem to be around anymore. And so I've been looking at other bits of software. Obviously Google Maps is brilliant. If I'm in the car, I just use Google Maps. It's a no-brainer. And also there's My Maps attached to that, which is also very good, and I use that for planning. I think the Scottish trip was planned with that, but it has its limitations, and it still doesn't really allow for motorhomes. But it does allow you to make a series of points, but the points are limited. I've also tried some other software which I will show you very quickly with subscription. That actually includes using TomTom Maps through that, but it was overcomplicated. So actually then that led me to look at TomTom itself, which is the software is free. And even if I didn't buy this, I could use that, and I think I can export some of the data from that anyway. But it just goes hand in hand to use this good TomTom sat-nav that people like, along with that software. So we'll be mainly looking at the software, but I thought I'd do a quick unboxing anyway. So you can see I've got it from Amazon. So there we go, this is the TomTom Go Camper Max. So some of the things that are on the lid: customised routes for campers and caravanners, 7-inch HD interactive touchscreen, 4 times faster responsiveness than something, it doesn't say what it's faster than, camper points of interest, TomTom traffic. That's interesting because obviously I like using Google traffic, and I normally run Google Maps at the same time as the Garmin, so I can get the traffic data, even though the Garmin did traffic data, but not very good. It's got a 1-year live fuel pricing info. Well, that's good because that will save me. Again, I've got pricing info on a free app on the phone. Scenic routing. Now this means you can plan your route, but you can press a button and it will take you on a more scenic route, which might be fun. Quick cable-free updates and world map updates, and I think it's also got speed cameras in there for I think either 6 months or a year. I think it's a year on this one. Right, let's get it open. Okay, so unboxing. Enjoy your upgrade to better drives. Oh, and then it says it in about 5 other languages. So we've got a quick start guide. We've got the actual sat-nav. That's nice. That's a very nice size. That's a great size. With mine, I tend not to stick it in the windscreen. The Adamo's got a nice space just in front of the driver, so it can sit low down, so it's actually easy just to glance at it rather than looking off to the side. So I think it'll be going down there. That's not a USB-C, but I'm not sure what that's. That's a small USB plug on the back. Okay, what else have we got? The cable, USB to the, it's a small type USB. It's a shame that that's not a USB-C, which is obviously the more standard now. My reversing camera is a USB-C. That would have been nice. That it could have come up to date with USB-C. It's got the, what I know from our days is a cigarette lighter converter, but it's your 12 volt. That feels a bit I say placky? That feels a bit cheap actually. I've got better versions which I'll probably use. And the actual holder. Now what looks good about this, that looks like it just clips on. Ooh. It does, but how you get it off I don't know. Right, it has clipped on and I can't get that off, so not a full sec. That's interesting. Okay, for once I actually might have to read the instructions. Nice and versatile, I do like that. But I also want to be able to take it off quickly. So we might have to look at the instructions to see how you take it off. So bear with me for a second. I have to cut this bit. Get into now. Setting up the vehicle. I can't see it telling me how to take that off. It tells me how to put it on, which is the natural bit that I did. In vehicle installation, it will tell me how to put it on, it doesn't tell me how to take it off. And I don't want to break it, I presume it's sort of the opposite. Let's just try that again. So it clips in, it's got a really good magnet because it clips in the bottom and then it just, so it's nearly too good I think. Might be a struggle when it's in situ to actually take that back off, so I won't want to leave it on display really. It's a strong magnet, so you're going to have to. Okay, that's as much as I'm going to do. We're going to talk about this.
So I'm going to Google, we're going to look for TomTom plan, we're going to click on the sign in button to create a free account using an email and your chosen password and the normal sorts of details you'd expect to put in to such a website. Now we've been pleased to find that I haven't had a lot of junk emails as a result of this, so it feels quite secure to do this. And then we're going to explore the settings of maps. You've got zoom, in and out on the right hand side here, and a whole load of other things such as the different sorts of maps, fairly similar to if you're using Google Maps. You've got light, you've got dark, you've got satellite view, which is very much like the Google sort of thing you'd expect to see. We can click and use our wheel on the mouse just to zoom in if you're on a PC. We can click this button and just see what's happening at the moment. We can see on the M25 that there's some traffic incidents, and then the button beneath is the general flow of traffic, how things are going at that time. I'm going to zoom out, go back to standard, which is I prefer planning with this, and then down on the right hand side we have lots of other points of interest that could help with your planning. Now obviously I wouldn't be driving my motorhome in London, but it's just to show you the different sorts of things. The more you zoom in, the more detail you get, and they're color coded so you can see all the foods are orange. We're going to go down to Dover, quite a common area obviously for motorhomes, and so we can see the sorts of things that are going on there. So let's just zoom in and then we'll go through quickly individually. So food and drink, if we want to get something, the shopping, not quite sure what transport is, parkings could be useful, not sure about EV charging at the moment, give us a few years for motorhomes particularly, and then gas stations is your petrol station, and then other things like cemeteries if you're so inclined. These buttons here, these are really interesting for planning your road trips. It shows you where the interesting and the beautiful places to drive are, the particularly scenic roads. And if we go up towards Scotland, you can see, I mean, obviously the NC 500 is very popular, but there's many other places to explore. So switching on the TomTom road trips will show you suggestions right across Europe. Here's one for looking at Nessie, Whiskey, skiing and William Wallace. And then we can see a popular road trip over in Ireland. Let's come down over here. We can see a popular road trip for going up the north coast of Cornwall and Devon. And over into Europe. This is one I'm going to be doing in the summer. That's the Romantic Road. If you that is the Romantic Road going up through Augsburg. So you can plan your trip to follow that, or you could go off of that to some of these other scenic routes, and then if you click on it, it will give you some information. So planning. So let's go from Calais. Start typing, it will come up. And let's go to Berlin. Something I have done in the past with the caravan. And it will give you the options. And then you can see it's already chosen some that are eco-friendly or low emission zones. And the different things. Now clicking on this cog here, it's set to fast. We can go to eco-friendly. I've actually done this on some of my routes for the summer, so I'm not in a hurry. And no, it's not going to let me click on the thrill one for the moment, so we'll just go back to fast. Now what I like about this, particularly at the planning stage, is it will let us do the other bits and pieces. Now along the top here we can change the vehicle. So I have set Gustav's height and weight. I tend to drive around 58 and 60, sit comfortably there because I'm not in a rush, I'm on holiday, and so this will plan the time based on 60 rather than 70, which is something Google Maps won't do. These are places, so you can set places. There's places you go all the time, or you want to go to Folkestone or Dover, you can actually set those as my places. And then we're going to look at the actual route planning. So these are the routes I've already planned ready for my summer. That is my summer road trip going to Salzburg, coming across to Fussen and back up the Romantic Road, and across to Belgium to go to the Vets near Bruges. Now I've actually broken that. This is something that my maps in Google wouldn't do. It was limited to 11 places, I think, but I can do far more points of interest and the whole road trip. I was starting in Google Maps and I gave up. This is what sold it to me, really. I say sold, it's free. That I can plan the whole thing, and then I can break it down into the individual things. So day 1, day 2, and when you're in the edit mode, it will show you how long it's going to take on various stages. So if you want to break at an hour, you can see roughly where you would be at that hour point and look for an air or parking or a small village to go off to. Now along the top here I'm just clicking on the different options, so it's got for cars, caravans, trucks. So obviously I keep mine on motorhome and it changes the route accordingly. But then you can always edit that afterwards. So this is now just showing that there's the eco-friendly I can change it to. There's the thrill. So with this one you have a choice of going up mountains, more hilly to make it more exciting. Originally I think this was for motorbikes, but obviously it will extend your journey by quite a few hours if you do that. But this is the best feature down the bottom. Now I'm going to avoid toll roads. So I'm going to do my trip to Salzburg without going on any toll roads. Well, that's the plan. We will see. As I say, we're not in a rush and we're going to take a few days to get there. Now I'm not actually going to avoid motorways. I'm just showing you that you could avoid motorways, but I think it would take me several weeks to get Salzburg without motorways. And then on the right hand side we've got the option to delete, edit the description of the route or sync the route. Now when you press to sync the route it will send it to your TomTom, as long as your TomTom is connected to the Wi-Fi. Now I'm just showing you that you can just add in places along the way. So if I wanted to go there, I have no idea where that is, but I've just clicked on it and it's added it to the route. And then you can literally just drag those up and down to put them in the right order, if that's not in the right order. You can just, so if you use the postcode and it's not quite accurate, you can simply just drag it to the place where it should be. That's where it's useful to have the satellite view, so you can get very accurate with the car parking or airs or Stellarplatz. Salzburg version 2 is my last and final version. So you can see I've got all those things planned in. I'm not actually going to be running that on the TomTom, that's just for my planning to break it down. But then each of those stops will be individual days.
Okay, just a quick demonstration of now linking from the computer to the TomTom. TomTom is connected by Wi-Fi and I've logged in on the computer through the icon on the right hand side. On the left hand side I can go to my items and I've got my routes and my places. On the sat-nav, press that button and go to my routes, and you can see I've got a number of routes already on here. This is my summer holiday, basically to Salzburg, and the different parts of that as we're going. So we've got day 1, 2, 3 and 4. I'm going to do day 5. Actually I haven't got a day 5 because I'm not doing anything on day 5. Day 6. So if I click on the left hand side, go to sync route, click yes, the route will come up on the screen and instantly it's come up on the sat nav. Let's do another one. We'll go to day 7, sync route, say yes, and if we watch the sat nav, day 7 is there instantly. And then I can go click on day 7 there, and there is the route ready to go, showing information along the side as to resting places, fuel. Obviously these are settings which I've set up. I can do turn by turn instructions and avoid certain roads, etc., or add parking stops like that. Go to drive, it will take me to, if I go to the nearest point, which I don't really want to do, it will take me to that first point.
After 1.4 miles, take the exit 43A1M towards the south. After 800 yards, take the exit 43A1M towards the south. A1M towards the south for 7.5 miles. Take the exit M18, then take the motorway.